cost effectiveness of some of that work. So, I'm not, Kathy, in your wordsmithing ways, you put some words in my mouth there that.
Well, I think that was on the resolution.
Okay.
The resolution itself is taken from a standard format, with, to be able to do assessments and everything on these types of projects. So there was a, standard language off of it.
I think that's something that we should look at a little bit more in detail as they bring back more information for us. To try to save as much money as we possibly can for the homeowners up there. I'll move to approve.
Second. Motion by Mr. Bunkie, second by Mr. Hoxie. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Motion passes. Mr. Robertson abstains. Let's move on to number 4, appearance of interested citizens. In the back. Please rise, state your name for the record, sir.
Roger Coleman. Robert, I give you some sheets to pass out to the council. I want to read this letter to the council. Did you pass them? All right. Pass them around. I appreciate the opportunity to address the council. I am a concerned citizen about all issues concerning the city, and tonight I want to raise a specific concern regarding the community center. I have in my hand copies of 2 letters, one dated January 6th of 2011 from Doug Stahl to Mr. Benton with Kathy Zacher on the inside address. In the first paragraph of the letter it states, "Your request has been denied." The second letter I have is written by Dan Brown to Mr. Hurdy. And the Minnesota Division of Emergency Management. In the first paragraph of the letter, it refers to a letter dated January 27, 2010, 1 year ago, stating the city was informed that the improved project proposal was denied. The reason for being denied is that detail in the rest of the letter. My search as a concerned citizen is to obtain the original correspondence to the city informing the city of this project was denied. I called Mr. Hurdy at the Minnesota office asking for the same information, and he said that should be on file at the city of Rushford. When I asked Mr. Hurdy if perchance the correspondence I'm looking for is not available, could I call him back, to which he said yes. I would like to make arrangements to review the entire file regarding the community center at the city's attorney's office this week. Thank you.
Do you have that letter?
The only letter I have is what you got at the last meeting.
June 6th
Yeah,
letter.
those 2 letters came together.
Right, but you never saw the January 27th, 2010 letter that he refers to.
What letter was that on? That was on,
That was,
it says, "Thank you for your letter dated January 27th, forwarding a request from the city." So I was requesting of Mr. Hurdy to get a written answer. Remember, we had gotten verbal? Well, last October, you were told verbally that maybe it was going to be denied. And I kept asking them for a written answer. This Dan Brown guy said, "Thank you for your letter dated January 27th, forwarding a request from the city." So that was my request to Mr. Hurdy, and Mr. Hurdy's telling Mr. Brown, city wants something in writing. That doesn't say there was a letter on January 27th. not to us.
Second letter was written by Dan Brown to Mr. Hurdy.
That's this one. Now, is David,
In the first paragraph of that letter, it refers to a letter dated January 27th stating the city was informed that the improved project proposal was denied.
it doesn't say they were informed in the letter on January.
Is it a
whatever.
question in that letter on the 27th then, or how is it paraphrased, what's around
It
it?
said, "Thank you for your letter dated January 27th, forwarding a request from the city of Rushford. The applicant requested improved project funding for the relocation of Timber Community Center. The city was informed that the improved project proposal was denied. However, they have recently requested formal documentation for this determination." So if the city was informed verbally, we're now requesting formal documentation. And Mr. Hurdy was telling Mr. Brown we were requesting formal documentation. And so these are the only two letters I have. This is what you got back to back in the last packet, that's all I have on it. And why it says "Dear Mr. Bankston" in that one letter, I have no clue, cause I don't know,
That the January 6th?
yeah. That's obviously a mistake on their part when they were writing a letter, I don't know. So these are the only two letters that I am aware of, and you got them right after I got them.
Did you get a copy, Terry?
Yes, I've seen the letters.
Okay. Opinion?
I have an information request in by writing to Homeland Security Emergency Management requesting all of the documentation, whether it be emails, letters, correspondence, on both of the PWs and the improved project that we're talking about. I have not received that documentation yet, but that written request has been made to St. Paul for everything that they have on those files.
As part of our request from last month.
That's correct.
All right.